Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brick World. And in today's update, we are going back to the area you can see right now on the right side of the screen. That's near our roundabout. That's where we started working at that 45-degree angled street. And we want to rebuild some stuff here because we did a mistake last time. And we also want to build a little bit at the blue building, so stay tuned. Once again, I used my new printer to print out these nice stuff here, these nice street signs here. They are printed. These are not stickers, that is printed, and I really want to integrate some little details once again by naming my streets with different names. I already know that that big street here is the King Henry Street, and that new one here is going to be another one. Also, we need to add some more lighting here. We need to add some more light posts here, and we want to start working here. But before that, I found a little error. As you can see here, I can measure the two lanes here. You can see it's the same size, but when we go on that area here after the angled part here, we can see right side is okay, but the left side is too small. There's one plate too small, so we have to rebuild some stuff. It's a little bit complicated because we really need to remove a lot of that stuff we did last time. We need to remove the part here because we need to remove it, and then we need to replace it everything one part or one stud more to the right side. It also means we need to do some stuff with the line in the middle. It took some time, more than you might think, but I think it's now looking better. And that's something interesting because I already had the feeling that something is odd last time I worked here. And somebody on the German channel, he was the one who gave me the final idea that there is something missing with the white of that lanes. And it's good. It's looking better now. It's a little bit more stable because the curve on the right side is now a little bit another angle. That makes it more stable. And also added the new light post here. As you can see here, we need more light, of course, because it's too dark in the night mode here. And yeah, it's now time that we can work more on that area. We need to work a little bit on the left side. And you can see the cable. That's, of course, not the final position. It's just now placed here. It's going to be replaced in another location when we're going to work on one of the future updates. But for now, it's okay like it is right now. And for the next part, I'm adding some new base plates here because we really want to work more on that blue, oddly shaped blue building here. And we also want to work a little bit more here on the sidewalk. As always, it's complicated because we have a lot of different angles here, but at the end I think it's going to look very nice because it's just more realistic and it looks not so in that 90-degree angle system we have from Lego. And I started by just testing out how that building is going to look at the end. On the left side, there's going to be just in the 90-degree angle system. From the left side, there's going to be the cinema building, and the street is going to be that area and then going to back in the 90-degree angle system. It's a little bit complicated, so it's nothing we can finish up in today's update, but I just have to test out some stuff to find out how big everything is going to be, how big every building is going to be, where it is exactly placed. So that's the problem because I cannot just build up one building to the end and then start with the next one because everything is a little bit complicated. It interacts with the buildings around it, so we just need to test out some stuff before we really can build up everything. And mainly we also need to check out how the streets are placed because we have not the possibility to place them everywhere I want to look or I want to have them, because we also have to check, of course, if it's working out with these different angles and systems like that. As you can see on the left side, I just started working on the building once again. And as you might know from the last update, the building is loosely based on one of the buildings from the Assembly Square official model or building from Lego. Some years ago it was released. And that's my interpretation, something I really like to do in my city, using a design from an official Lego set, mainly from the official modular sets, and build it up, make it bigger, make it my own design, but still base it on the original design from Lego. And by the way, now that everything here in that area finds its final shape, we also can talk about what's going to be placed here next to the cinema, because the cinema is not going to the front of that area here. We have that little area here. There's going to be a little kind of, I don't know what I want to call a little place, a little plaza, where there's going to be some stuff where you can sit or stuff like that. That's something we are going to do in a future update, but that's the reason why I have to check out everything now, because especially on the right side building, the blue one, it's important to have it at the right location so we can really build up that little plaza here. But for today's update, I just built up that next part of the sidewalk. It looks a little bit, suspicious. It has a lot of different colors, and as always, we are just using different colors in areas where you don't see them because it's just cheaper to build it. And I just have to put in that now here, and then we have to check out, not today, maybe just in a future update, how we're going back to the 45 degree, from the 45 degree angle street to the 90 degree angle street. And that's something very important we have to find out before we are building up the right side of the cinema building. And that's what I said before. It's a lot of planning right now, but that's it for today. Not so much I did building stuff today, had to remove some stuff, rebuild some stuff, but we are on a good way to find out how everything should be placed at the end. And that's the main purpose of today's update, just to find out how everything needs to be placed, so everything will find its final place and everything will look at the end how I imagined in my head. And that's the main purpose of today's video, of course. And and I'm really glad that we find out, or somebody from the German channel find out, that there is a problem here with the whites of the lanes. That's something, if you just find out that later on you have to rebuild just more stuff, and that's a little bit a problem later on maybe. So thank you very much once again for seeing that problem. And as you also can see here, it's just laying here everything on tiles, and I just have connected it here on the left side with a hinge. You might know it if you're going to build some Lego stuff yourself and you're not using the normal 90 degree angle system. It's always complicated to use different angles or oddly shaped forms, and especially also rounded forms. Everything gets complicated at the end, but at the end the outcome is a very nice looking outcome, as you can see it here. It's small steps, but we're on our way to the final. And that's it for today. As always, feel free to write whatever you have in your mind in the comment area. And just subscribe for future updates here on my little Lego city, when we're going to build up the rest of the street, building more of our big cinema project here on the left side, or just building more strangely shaped buildings in the future here in my city. So that's it for today. As you can see here, lots of stuff to do, lots of updates coming up in the future. And as always, you also can have a look on the German channel. That's a little bit far in the future. So stay tuned for future updates also here. Bye.